she laughed in my face. Not a chuckle, not a giggle. A full mocking laugh, sharp, loud, and cruel. You'd think the stuck-up one would be the one with money, not the one without. And in that moment, I felt the air shift. The small talk, the drinks, the laughter of our office happy hour, all of it vanished. I looked at her. She looked back, smiling like she'd won something. I smiled too. You should learn how to take no for an answer, I said, voice calm but steady. And when to quit being a nosy bitch. It's a valuable lesson. Then I turned, walked away, and left her standing there, stunned. Later, I heard she cried, said I made her feel attacked, said I humiliated her, but no one said a word about how she humiliated me first. So, am I the asshole? Let me take you back a bit. I'm 33 now. I've been with my husband since college. We grew up together, built a life side by side. While my own career has gone well, I make a good salary. His has skyrocketed. He's a quant PM in finance. If you know, you know. He makes 10 times what I make, maybe more. At first, it felt like a dream. Financial security, lavish vacations, a beautiful home. But over time, I started to see the price. And no, I'm not talking taxes. I'm talking about how people look at you differently when they think you have money. Friends ask innocent questions until they're not so innocent. Family members drop comments about inheritance and sharing the wealth. Strangers make assumptions. And in the workplace, it's even trickier, especially when you're a woman. I used to answer the questions. I used to try to be open, but I've learned that giving people a number changes things. They treat you like a walking paycheck or a trophy or a threat. Sometimes all three. So I stopped answering. I built boundaries. I stopped entertaining people's curiosity just because they felt entitled to my life. Enter her. She's 25. New to the office. Pretty. Flashy. Always chatting up whoever will listen. She dresses in head-to-toe designer. Loud labels, shiny heels, flashy nails. She floats around the office asking who's single, who's married, who's worth what. You can smell it on her. Ambition, yes, but not the kind that builds. The kind that attaches. She cornered me at our Friday office happy hour. A breezy event meant to wind down the week. I was sipping a drink when she walked up, flashing that too bright smile. "Oh my God," she said. "How was your vacation to Europe?" It had been incredible. Wine in Tuscany, late-night walks in Paris, time to breathe. I told her a bit, where we went, what we saw. Then it began. "So what does your husband do?" A common enough question. I gave her my stock reply. "He works in finance." That should have been the end of it. "Oh wow, he must make a ton then, to be taking you on all these lavish vacations," she said, eyes gleaming. "I hope you don't mind me asking, but how much does he make in a year?" My smile didn't falter. "We're very lucky that he makes a good salary." A pause. Then she leaned in. "Oh, come on, I won't tell anyone. How much does he rake in? Millions?" I chuckled, awkwardly, tightly. "I'd rather not say, but it's up there." She tilted her head. "What? He doesn't allow you to give an exact number or something?" And that was when my smile started to slip. "No," I said, more firmly. "I just prefer not to say." That's when she laughed, right in my face. And then came the words that felt like a knife. "You'd think the stuck-up one would be the one with money, not the one without." The room didn't go silent. No one else noticed. But in my head, everything slowed. I heard the insult for what it was. Petty, classist, and so clearly aimed to wound. She thought I was weak, passive, A woman living in her husband's shadow, too privileged to speak, but not privileged enough to matter. She was wrong. So I gave her what she asked for, not the number, but the answer. You should learn how to take no for an answer and when to quit being a nosy bitch. It's a valuable lesson. I said it clearly. No yelling, no anger, just truth, delivered like a mirror. And I walked away. She left the event early, crying apparently. A few coworkers reached out to say I should apologize, that she was young, that I'd gone too far. But no one mentioned that she asked the same invasive question 3 different ways, after I'd clearly told her no. No one mentioned that she laughed in my face, or insulted me for being private. I told my mom. She said I should have handled it more gently, that the girl was young and probably didn't understand salary talk. But 25 isn't a child. She works in a professional setting. She knows what personal boundaries are. She just chose not to respect mine. My husband? He's fully on my side. He told me I was right, that people like her need to be checked sometimes. But he also suggested, for the sake of office politics, maybe I should give a polite fake apology. Something that looks like diplomacy, but doesn't compromise my stance. And maybe I will. But I won't apologize for having boundaries. I won't apologize for protecting my marriage, my privacy, my peace. Because the truth is, I've spent too many years being polite to people who weren't polite to me. And when you reach a certain point, financially, emotionally, you learn that not everyone deserves your answers. Some people only want access so they can tear you down from the inside. I gave her 3 chances, 3 clear, polite deflections. She didn't stop. She laughed at me. She called me stuck up. And now she's crying? That's not hurt. That's consequence. But still, I find myself wondering, in the eyes of my peers, in the office where politics matter more than truth, am I the asshole? And now, a final thought from your host here at AITA Story Vault. Boundaries are not rude. They are necessary. What happened in this story isn't just about one conversation at a happy hour. It's about power dynamics, privacy, and respect. It's about a woman who chose to stand her ground in a world that often punishes women for doing just that. Was the language harsh? Maybe. But so was the persistence. So was the insult. We don't get to control how people react when we violate their boundaries, especially not after they've said no, again and again. This story is a reminder that no is a complete sentence. And sometimes, when polite no's are ignored, firm ones have to follow. So now, we turn to you, the audience. What would you have done in that moment? Would you have walked away earlier? Would you have called her out? Would you apologize just to keep the peace? Or do you believe some lessons need to be delivered clearly, even if they sting? Let us know in the comments. This has been AITA Story Vault. Until next time, stay kind, stay firm, and stay true to your boundaries.